Any farmer can make a profit in a good year, but when margins are tight, it separates the men from the boys. Today's Farmer's Apprentice is about budgets, gross margins and negotiating. Let battle commence. There are 10 contestants competing for a £10,000 prize. Jane King is editorial director of the UK's biggest and most influential farming title, Farmers Weekly, and she has over 30 years of publishing experience. Richard Price is director of farming at Lowther Estates, and he oversees 60,000 acres of land. This is a man that never shies away from making difficult decisions. Will Gennell is National Head of Farming for Stratton Parker. He's a key influence in the agricultural industry, having spent many years providing agronomy and strategic business advice to farmers nationwide.
Right, apprentices, this is going to be a fascinating challenge. Now, the task is all about demonstrating profitable return from a crop of wheat with prices falling by £35 a tonne since the last harvest. We want you to prepare a budget for wheat across 4 fields, and we want you to show a gross margin. Now, you need to decide on seed, fertiliser and ag chems for each field, and it means that you're going to have to buy these inputs at the best price, and you're going to have to negotiate and negotiate hard. We want you to be able to present all your findings, and at the end of it we will look for a really nice gross margin.
Now, we've talked to you about getting good advisors and good mentors. So today we've laid on for you 2 good independent advisors. That's Peter Riley, who's an independent agronomist from Norfolk, and that's also Ben Lydiard, who's an independent fertiliser expert, also from Norfolk. Now, they're going to be available to you to call upon at any time, but there is a cost. So each time you call upon them, it's £50. We've also got a sales representative for you, and his task is to sell you things. Now, that's going to be done by Brett Fordham, who actually works for Anglia Farmers as a sales representative. So bear in mind, he's keen to sell you things, but he's not independent.
Apprentices, you have 90 minutes to complete this task, and the fertiliser market will open 30 minutes into the task and will close 10 minutes before the end of the task. And you need to select your own leader amongst your group. Now, this is a chance for you to dig deep and gain from all the knowledge you've picked up over the last 2 or 3 days and learn how to work as a team and produce the right result. Good luck.
Well, this task sums up the business of farming, working out what you expect to produce, how much you can spend and what your profit is. The apprentices will need to call on a number of different skills, as we find out now.
Anglia Farmers is a farmers cooperative purchasing group. We've grown over the last 50 years, and in the last financial year we sourced products and services to the value of well over £250 million. We're owned by farmer members, and what we do is actually act as their central purchasing department, sourcing everything you can think of. Clearly agrochemicals, fertiliser, seed, but also mobile phones, electricity, fencing materials, waste, and even health insurance. We're passionate here about promoting food and farming as real career opportunities. We chose an office setting with phones and with negotiation and with an understanding of making decisions about growing a crop. So we've asked the 2 teams to grow a crop of wheat. They have to make a decision on the variety, on the crop programme, when to buy the fertiliser, and there's a graph moving with the fertiliser prices dipping during the course of the time, and make sure in a timeliness way that they actually achieve a gross margin that enables them to make a profit. And at the end of the task, a small group will look at their choices and make a valued judgment as to what the yield is likely to be. That will give the output in terms of the crop sales, and clearly there will be a winner.
The apprentices will need some good teamwork in this task because there's a lot to do. In the first team we have Carwyn, Rebecca, Charlotte, Becky, and Charlie. Charlotte has put herself forward to lead the team. Let's see how she gets on.
Right, so I want to delegate some tasks to certain people. So I'll have a look at varieties. Who wants to help me have a look at that?
I'll do that.
Yeah, we'll have a look at varieties. You know quite a bit about sort of harvest and stuff. I think so. Do you want to help with the varieties?
Sure, yeah.
And you guys have a look at pricing?
We'll have a look at the pricing.
Yeah.
And see what the market's done and when our best option is to buy it.
Right, okay.
To maximise profits, the team need to pick which variety of wheat they want to grow and try to buy it at the lowest cost.
Here we go, guys. In here, the cover story, 18-page guide to what to drill this autumn.
June seems to be the cheaper. Yeah, like June, July time.
What group should we target to?
I reckon milling and soft biscuit because they're going to come with a premium.
Premium?
Yeah, because they're going into the food chain. So,
Ask for
Have you
advice
guys
from
had
the
to think
experts.
about when we should be buying the seed?
I have no idea in terms of, no.
I think we want to buy it as soon as we want to plant it because otherwise we've then got to pay. Well, we can either store that or the fert or pay to store one or the other.
One Scotsman, one Welshman and an Australian all debating over fertilisers.
Hi, Bex.
Hi.
How's it going?
Going really quickly, don't you?
Sneak on in here. How's it
Like a
going?
ninja.
A ninja.
It's
Never
going
been called a ninja before.
It's going all right, actually, I think.
You are more of a livestock kind of person. Have you done anything like this before?
No, not at all. But I'm going to try it. Surely it can't be that bad.
Okay, so
Oh, the fert market's on. Oh, we're in June now. It's really low.
well, we said we want to buy June sort of time, so we've got to figure out how much we need.
Yeah.
Fertiliser and seed prices vary throughout the year according to a number of factors. The most important is supply and demand. So, to give the apprentices a feel of what real-life market movements are like, there's a graph showing fertiliser trading prices according to each month, and they also have envelopes on their desk with a price for seed according to different months.
Yeah, it's troughed, doesn't it? Okay, we need to see the expert. All right, we're going to go and see the expert, girls.
That's it, really.
Morning, experts.
Morning.
I've got a few questions for you as we have very limited knowledge.
Yes. So we're growing a crop of wheat, and we want to make the highest gross margin that we can. And we'd like to know which varieties, or which variety in particular you may recommend.
I would suggest you need to consider what the output is of the premium and the yields you're given here. If we're looking at which variety, with the premium, you may be better off looking at a milling wheat on some of those fields.
How far would you go to diversify the crop?
As few as possible.
As few as possible.
Remember, if you're going for that milling wheat, there's extra you need to do to make sure you get that premium. And that's all written in here, so you can read through there. And
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Carry on. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We don't love crops.
No arable. We like livestock. We like cows.
Yeah, where's the flipping memoos?
Where's the
beef? Where's the milk? Where's the pork?
Hello, is it possible to arrange a meeting, please, to discuss our fertiliser requirements? We're looking at buying 21.15 tonnes.
What other things are you looking for?
They've got to work out the optimum rate of fertiliser they're going to put on, and then they've got to decide on whether they're going to go for a low input strategy on their, or a medium or a high input strategy on their ag chems in order to optimise gross margin.
Yep, and if we pay before it's delivered, and is there some negotiation there? 10, 3, 4, 6. Super. Thank you very much for your help. Cheers. Bye bye.